Hello and welcome. Today, we are going to dive into what is, no joke, probably the most powerful skill for protecting your time, your energy, and, let's be honest, your sanity at work. And it's not about some complex productivity hack. It's all about mastering one simple, two-letter word. Let's get right into it.
I mean, we've all been there, right? It's Friday, you can practically taste the weekend, you're just trying to finish that one last thing, and then a colleague pops over asking for a quick favor. Your entire brain is screaming no, but what comes out of your mouth? Sure, happy to help. An hour later, you're stressed, you're annoyed, and your own work is still sitting there. This is exactly why we need to talk about this.
So why do we keep falling into this yes trap? Look, it's not some personal failing. It's actually a deeply, deeply human response. Let's break down the psychology of why that tiny little word, no, feels like such a heavy lift.
Before I show you the reasons, just take a second and really think about it. What's the thing you're most afraid of when you even consider turning someone down at work? What's that little voice in your head saying? Got it? Okay.
It almost always comes down to one of these four things. First, we're just wired to want to be liked, to be seen as the helpful go-to person. Then there's the fear of conflict. I mean, who enjoys awkward conversations, right? We've also got that nagging guilt, the voice that says we should be able to do it all. And of course, there's FOMO, the fear that if we say no this time, maybe we won't get asked for that cool project down the line. Seeing these traps for what they are is absolutely the first step to getting out of them.
Saying yes feels good for a second, doesn't it? You get that little rush of being a team player. But that habit, it has a really heavy long-term price. The truth is, every single time you say yes to something that isn't your priority, you are silently saying no to something that actually is. Let's look at what that really costs you.
First up, and this is the big one, you just burn out. Think of your energy like a phone battery. It's a finite resource. When you let every little request drain it down, you've got nothing left in the tank for the work that truly moves the needle, let alone for your own life.
And this is the fundamental trade-off. You can't be everywhere at once. When you spread yourself too thin, you just can't give your own projects the deep, focused attention they need to be great. Your yes to them is an unspoken no to the quality of your own work. It's as simple as that.
Oof, this one's a slow burn, but it's so corrosive. When you consistently put other people's needs ahead of your own, especially when you're already swamped, you start to feel this frustration building up. You feel taken for granted, and that resentment can totally poison your job satisfaction.
This is such a crucial point. When you are always available, you are, without meaning to, teaching people that your time is less important than theirs. You're setting the expectation that your priorities can always be pushed aside. If you want people to respect your time, you have to be the first one to do it.
Okay, so we've looked at the problem. We've seen the painful consequences. Now for the good stuff, the solution. We're going to build your personal no toolkit with 4 polite, professional, and honestly really powerful ways to say no without ever burning a bridge.
Think of these as 4 different tools for 4 different scenarios. So instead of just a blunt no, you're going to have a smart, strategic response ready to go. Let's break down the first one. First up is the helpful alternative. This is perfect for when you do want to help, just not right this second or in the way they're asking. You offer a different time or maybe a helpful resource. See what it does? You're not rejecting the person, you're just adjusting the request. It keeps the goodwill flowing while protecting your immediate focus.
All right, next up is maybe my favorite, the thoughtful pause. This is your #1 defense against the impulsive yes. Instead of reacting instantly, you buy yourself time with a calm, "Let me check." That simple phrase puts you back in the driver's seat and makes sure your decision is based on your real priorities, not just social pressure.
The empathetic no is incredibly effective, especially if you're worried about conflict. You start by showing them you hear them. I understand you're in a tough spot, which immediately lowers their defenses. Then you state your reality. And that second script, that is pure gold for dealing with your manager. It turns the request into a collaborative conversation about priorities, which is exactly where it should be.
And finally, we have the helpful redirect. Let's be real. Saying yes when you're not the right person for the job doesn't help anyone. Sometimes, the most helpful thing you can do is recognize your own limits and point them to the person who can actually solve their problem best. It's about getting the right outcome, not just adding another thing to your to-do list. So there you have it, a complete toolkit to help you out. It's really time we stop thinking of no as this negative, harsh word and start seeing it for what it truly is, a strategic tool that lets you do your absolute best work and take back control of your own day. I absolutely love this metaphor from the source material. Think about it. A wall is designed to shut people out completely. It's hostile. But a fence just defines your space. It sets clear, healthy boundaries that protect your most valuable assets, your time and your focus, so you can actually grow what's inside.
So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with a direct question. Don't just let this be interesting information. Right now, think about the next time someone is probably going to ask you for a quick minute. Which one of these techniques are you going to try? Seriously, deciding ahead of time is half the battle.
I really hope this explainer gave you some practical tools you can start using today. For more great guides on career, tech, and just getting better, check out the source for all this at www.multigyan.in. And hey, if you found this useful, please hit that like button and subscribe to the Multigyan YouTube channel for more. Thanks so much for watching,